Good morning, April 1, 2021. April Fool's Day is in maximum performance. Oh my goodness, it's only supposed to do this for a few hours, but oh my goodness, I've had enough for the year. How about you guys? JT here, Serenity Farms, prepping, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Well, I got 47 inside and 32 outside. You can see all the snow is falling off the greenhouse because it's heated. Whole bunch of plants yesterday. Woohoo! Green beans. Let's see what we got. Oh, can feel the heat. That's pretty, isn't it? Doing the job. I'll probably have to run this all day until I can figure out that darn furnace over there. I'll get back to you in a second. I want to put a couple more pieces. Okay, so I'm done cleaning up a little bit of snow and threw some more wood out in the stove in the greenhouse. Today, I'd like to talk about executive actions versus executive orders. They're not the same. The fake news idiots either have no clue that there's a difference, which is very likely, or they absolutely know there's a difference and are intentionally misleading the people by misstating what's actually going on. So, every time we hear a president or a governor speak, they will use the term executive action or executive order. Today we're going to focus mostly on gun control confiscation and the wordings that the last two socialist scumbags have used. Let's get to it. All right then. So, disgustedly, we all remember these two pieces of crap and their plan for our Second Amendment. Let's read from this article by Tom Merce. It was March 26, 2018, but is relevant for today. The use of executive actions by the President of the United States came under intense scrutiny during Barry Soetoro's 2 terms of regime. Many critics misunderstood the definition of executive actions and the difference with legally binding executive orders. Obama issued dozens of executive actions designed to prevent gun violence in January 2016, fulfilling one of his primary agenda items. Biden is doing exactly the same thing. Many of the media reported then and now mistakenly describing the policy proposals as official executive orders, which are legally binding directives from the president to federal administrative agencies. The Obama administration, just like the Biden administration, however, described their proposals as executive actions. And those executive actions, ranging from universal background checks on anyone trying to buy guns, restoring a ban on military-style assault weapons, and cracking down on straw purchases of guns by people whose intention is to resell them to criminals. That's criminals doing it to criminals. Carried none of the weight executive orders carry. So, why would they continually use the term executive actions, and the lapdog media uses the word executive order? Well, the media is in the tank, and they know by changing that one word, action to order, the people out there who don't know and don't bother to investigate will assume that everything a president says is an executive action will be an executive order, and they will panic or capitulate. All right. Executive actions versus executive orders. Executive actions are any informed proposals or moves by the president. The term executive action itself is vague and can be used to describe almost anything the president calls on Congress or his regime to do. But many executive actions carry no legal weight. Those that do actually set policy and can be invalidated by the courts or undone by legislation passed by Congress. That's why they use the word action. The term executive action and executive order are not interchangeable. Executive orders are legally binding and published in the Federal Register, though they can also be reversed by courts and Congress. A good way to think of executive actions is a wish list of policies the president would like to see enacted. So, the reason presidents favor the use of non-binding executive actions is when the issue is extremely controversial or sensitive, and gun control is right now probably the most controversial and sensitive topic at the list of pedo Joe regime's agenda. All right, Obama carefully weighed his use of executive actions on gun violence and decided against issuing legal mandates via executive order, which would have gone against legislative intent of Congress and risked engaging lawmakers of both parties. And Biden is doing exactly the same thing. It's simply a play on words. Make no mistake, they are trying to get total gun confiscation. But they're going to try and backdoor it. They're going to hope people cave and do buyback programs where the government didn't sell you your gun. Why should they be buying it back? Okay? Executive actions versus executive memoranda. Executive actions are also different from executive memoranda. Executive memoranda are similar to executive orders in that they carry legal weight, allowing the president to direct government officials and agencies. But memoranda are not published in the Federal Register unless the president determines the rules have general applicability and legal effect. So right now, if you go to the Federal Register, every executive action Biden has talked about taking on gun control will not be listed and registered because they're not executive orders. It's all a play on words. Kind of like idiot AOC saying it's not a surge at the border because the illegal scumbags invading us are not insurgents. Now, as dumb as that woman is, she is also just a puppet. She knew exactly what she was saying. And of course, it's a form of white supremacy by calling it a surge. Okay, a surge is a rising tide or falling, and an insurgency is the invasion of the illegal scumbags we see crossing the border, which will be another video. But I want you to pay close attention every time you hear the word executive action and order out of the president, or circle back, or plastic 90% Pelosi, or Upchuck, or any Democrat. Pay close attention to the difference in the terms, please. Okay, that's going to be it for now. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT, signing off.